Dickerods. You may be deceived, but yes, this is our third straight week.
We are on a roll here.
We're
on a roll.
Why you're not listening right now, it's just baffling. It's baffling.
Poor. Really piss poor.
Well, let's get right into it.
Might as well.
The English Premier League, as you all can't wait for my update every week. Not too much going on right now. Fabianski, he's the goalkeeper for the West Ham Hammers, Glenn, in case you were wondering.
Have they dropped in the standings yet?
No, they are in fact still in 5th place.
That's crazy.
They're holding strong. Well, their keeper is out, though. He was the keeper of the year last year. He is now out with a hip injury, approximately 3 months, but they haven't really released much information on that.
Season
Leicester
going
City.
downward.
Let me tell you, Leicester City, this is a bottom tier team. They are currently up in the top 4, which is pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive, Glenn. They also have a terrible line on Saturday. They're playing Liverpool, but I'm surprised. They're at more than negative or more than plus like 250 on them, and I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to lose that bad in that game. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. Maybe the tie, or I don't know.
That's what I hate about soccer so much. Right there, the tie. The fact that you could play an hour and a half game and end up with a tie. It's like why I hate the NFL overtime, because you can end with a tie. How stupid is that?
Well, the NFL overtime is a bigger waste of time because you've already wasted 4 hours watching the game, and now you got to watch for another half hour.
Another
freaking going to win.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid.
It's absolutely ludicrous. But
whatever. That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, this you at least get a point out of if you tie. I mean, there's some victory and like let's say
a victory and not losing. There you go.
Let's say the Miami Dolphins play the New England Patriots and they tie. Like
that's a freaking miracle if that happens. That's a big victory for the Dolphins.
So
because then they go 0-15-1 as opposed to 0-16.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
I guess it's all relative. Whatever.
Now, let's talk about the MLB a little bit. Playoffs have started. The best time of the year for baseball.
I love it. It's the most exciting baseball ever gets.
I mean, I didn't watch most of the wild card games, but I mean, everyone knows the Brewers choked.
Very exciting game. I didn't get to watch all the beginning of it. I watched kind of the tail end. It was very exciting to watch. And then the American League one was really disappointment to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Here's what it comes down to. I don't think the A's or Rays, either of them, had a great chance of taking down the Astros in a 5-game series. But of the two, I would have given the A's a better chance than the Rays.
Neither of them. I mean,
neither of them have a chance. Neither of them have a
really
chance.
Not many people in the playoffs have a chance of beating the Astros.
No, not at all. But I mean, my whole thinking is that as a Yankee fan, I'm not looking past the series against the Twins, but I'm looking towards the future. That if like the A's took the Astros to 5 games, like then we'll have to be able then we can face like their third number 1 starter as opposed to like their first number 1 starter for game 1. It's strategic thinking for me. Like we'd be able to, I'd rather face Zach Greinke than face Justin Verlander. That's all it comes down to for game 1.
We had to pause, folks, because Glenn started sounding like an idiot. So I just had to give him a minute to recollect.
That was for the outburst right there.
And another game that was plagued by errors. Just last night, St. Louis against the Braves. St. Louis did not give up an earned run until the 9th inning.
Sheesh.
When they decided that they're going to give up 2 bombs. So they still held on for the win. They came back. They made things happen.
Came up clutch late in the game, tied up, made it exciting. It was good. It was fun to watch.
It was a fun game to watch. It was a very fun game to watch. And honestly, the thing that really was the tipping point in the game, did you watch the game or not?
I was able to watch the tail end of it, just getting out of work and stuff like that.
So when Chris Martin was supposed to come in, he got the oblique tightness, left the game before ever throwing a pitch, and their bullpen fell apart.
Love to see it.
Bullpen just falls apart.
Love to see it.
All right, fun stuff.
Yeah.
Now on to the NFL.
Tonight, though, we've got the Yankees playing against the Twins. Let's get it, baby. Let's go New York.
About the Yankees.
Get the whole state going. Let's get it. Screw all you Met fans. Be cheering for the Yankees anyway. Let's go.
They just got their coach fired.
It's fantastic.
Fun stuff. All right. On to the NFL. Really, not a whole lot to talk about, but we got to talk about Perfect. He's suspended. I mean,
I love this.
He is just streaking. You know, he has not played a full season since like 2016.
Well, the dude's had this whole history of with these helmet-to-helmet collisions, and like continually did them. Like it's, I don't like how many times do you have to tell a grown-ass man to stop going head-to-head into another person, and him not figure it out that like you're not allowed to do that. Like, to me, I feel like he 100% just deserves a suspension at this point.
Well, it's not even just the helmet-to-helmet. I mean, that's where it started on Antonio Brown. He jacked him up.
That's probably where I was going to say, I saw that play, and I'm like, that's where it totally happened. He's had CTE ever since then. It's like immediate onset CTE. That explains it all.
All right. We're making links. Yep. Then, that was 2016. 2017, he got 3-game suspension for an illegal hit in preseason. And
in preseason?
Yeah, he did a helmet-to-helmet hit in preseason.
What a jackass.
Yeah, what an idiot. That's not the only thing. He was also ejected from a game in 2017 because he made contact with an official. 2018, he was suspended for the first 4 games because he had PEDs.
Smart guy. There you go. Stick some needles in your ass. Good job.
Now, he's ejected for the rest of the 2019-2020 season.
He just sounds like a problem. Like, he's a problem in the sense that he doesn't learn from past mistakes at all. Like, Antonio Brown's clearly got some issues up in his head. There's got to be something wrong with him at this point. But this dude just, it's almost like he enjoys continually to do stuff that has already gotten him suspended. And, like, whatever. I'd just kick him out of the league altogether.
Yeah, and everyone's all mad that they have ejected him for the whole season.
I don't know. I'd say just give the dude a lifelong ban at this point.
Yeah.
If you're not going to ever learn from it, like, if he does this one more time coming back next season, then you got to get rid of him forever. All right. Go make him play up in the CFL.
Now it's your turn to rant. I only need to give you 2 words to get you off on this. James Harden.
Oh, my gosh. This is what bothers me with James Harden. So the Rockets have played 2 preseason games now. First one was against the Shanghai Sharks or whatever. They blew them out. I'm pretty sure they won by like 70 points. It was stupid. And then they played another game. I think it was against the Clippers last night. Here's what's bothering me about him. It's this stupid one-legged sidestep 3-point shot that like he thinks is like this absolutely like game-changing move he created. Like, no, it looks stupid, dude. It's not going to work. I don't understand how this is going to consistently work and up his shooting percentage. Like, you're not coming up with this great play. Like, this wasn't a great move. Like, oh, he developed his, his step back that he figured out one offseason that ended up being devastating, regardless of if he takes 6 steps or not when he ends up setting himself up for the step back. Either way, though, what this looks like to me, for anybody who used to have a GameCube and had NBA Live to play on the GameCube, any of you would know that if you press the B button, it's to take a layup, and if you press the X button, it's to take a jump shot. To me, it looks like he's doing a sidestep, trying to hit the X button for a jump shot, but accidentally hits B and takes a layup. And it's just stupid looking. It's just stupid. Like, just shoot the freaking jump shot. You already cross up everybody. You already get everybody falling backwards. You already create so much space with your step back. What's the point in this sidestep layup from 26 feet away? It pisses me off.
And that's the analysis of James Harden jump shot by Glenn.
GameCube version.
All right.
Sorry.
Now, something that came out earlier this week. Sorry we're a little late to discuss it, but we want to now. California. Fair pay, fair play.
The good old NCAA.
A bunch of garbage. Well, one of the first issues with this is now this is legal in California, but it's still not legal per NCAA rules. So these schools that are now allowed to do this cannot technically allow any of their players to do this.
However, it is legal, though.
However, it's legal.
It makes no sense. It's a whole lot of stuff that's conflicting with each other. I don't really know how it's supposed to actually play out at all. But I don't know.
It makes 0 sense. And, I mean, the way our country's going, I can see it could be the complete end of the NCAA. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
I mean, honestly, when you get to this point, though, when you start having players who are going to end up getting paid for their name, I mean, why not just not require people then to go to NCAA? Like, basketball's probably going to phase out the next you needing to go.
Dumbest. Basketball is the dumbest rule. Why you cannot just go straight to the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if you're going to end up allowing people to make money off their name, why even require them to go 1 year? Like, you might as well just say to them, just screw it, whatever. If you want to screw up, if you don't want, I mean, look, I understand that 1 year necessarily isn't a whole lot of time to adjust from high school to college to the NBA, but there are plenty of people who are going to be dumb enough to think they can go straight to the NBA from high school, and very few of them will succeed, other than the greatest of all time, LeBron James. But if you're going to make them go to college, it probably needs to be for more than 1 year. But at this point, you might as well just say screw it and not even make the rule. Like, take it away. Just take away the you have to go for 1 year rule. Just let them go to the NBA.
The biggest well, that's a lie. March Madness is the biggest moneymaker for the NCAA. But for the colleges, it's probably football.
Yeah,
and you cannot send high school football players to the NFL.
No, absolutely
They would die.
Not. You cannot.
They would die.
No, 100%.
So then your option is, if it is so absolutely devastating that they aren't getting paid, they're getting an education so that when they get cut from the practice squad, they can actually go get a job and not have to work in a factory. I mean, yeah, you're right. The college isn't giving them anything worthwhile, are they? So what is their point? And the problem number two of this whole equation is the same people that are looking at this and saying, oh, the NCAA has all this revenue, are the same people looking at Amazon, Google, and all these other huge companies and saying their revenue is these billions of dollars, we have to stop it. Well, when you look at the real picture of what they're actually making, it's not like they are monopolizing the industry. I mean, even the schools aren't making that much. You have Texas, the most profitable in revenue terms. They're making $219 million every year. Well, their expenses are $206 million every year. So, I mean, I don't know how great you are with math, but that's about $13 million that they're profiting. Not this $260 billion that the media is putting up like it's some type of just terrible thing. You look at Tennessee and they're losing money. So how are these schools supposed to now not take any of the profits from their jerseys, from their admissions, from any of that and keep it? They wouldn't be able to support these huge programs. They wouldn't be able to give out these full ride scholarships. It's going to come back and bite them somewhere. But I mean, I guess if you get Bernie or whoever in there, we're going to have free education anyway, so it doesn't matter. Problem solved.
But I don't know. It's such a stupid situation. I feel like at this point, like that's the thing. You make a point at this point that if they are going to end up having to pay their players, they are probably going to end up having to take away their scholarship, which that means at that point they're going to have to pay to go to class.
It's going to even out one way or the other because you're going to get paid to play.
One way or another because you're either going to get paid to play or you're going to get paid to go to class. Yeah. And the reason why it seems like probably to most athletes at this point that it seems like it's a better option is because who the hell wants to get paid just to go to class? Like, exactly. I mean, what's the dude's name who went to Ohio State? Was it Cardell Jones? He's like, oh, I didn't come here to play school. Like, I mean, straight up, they didn't go there to go to school. They literally went to those schools to play football. There's 100%. So most of them probably don't go to class as it is. So in their mind, it just seems useless. At the same time, though, like, look, I understand where they're coming from in the sense of they want to get paid for their name. Like, people are buying products with their number and name on it, and they're seeing none of it. So I understand why, from the athlete's perspective, why that ends up looking like it's a great rule, but in the exact same sense, there's just so many conflicting things that come down to it that the college is going to end up having to take something away from these athletes if they end up going through with this.
Yeah.
It's just one big mess. Like, it really just is a mess.
It's the whole economics of socialism, and
I feel like
it doesn't work. It's going to even out. It's going to even out one way or the other.
And when it comes down to it, like, I understand why players too are saying players aren't valuing the whole education their side of it that they're getting. Cause let's be real. If you're a Division I quarterback and whatnot, who's probably going to end up going to the NFL as soon as you're available to, you're not finishing out your college degree anyway.
Yeah.
That's why they don't care necessarily about what they're getting. So they want money because they're not going to get anything out of that college degree anyway, because they're not receiving a piece of paper with their name on it.
No, they aren't.
That's why.
And it's ludicrous.
It's a lot going on. It's interesting.
All right,
Glenn,
it's the NCAA. Any other points to add? Any other topics you would like to speak on today?
No, let's just go Yankees. I mean, I want a championship this year. It's been 9-10 years since last time Yankees pulled out a ring. I want a ring. Not that I'm going to get a ring, but straight up, I want the Yankees to get a ring. Anything else? Oh yeah, Lakers preseason basketball starts tomorrow. Can't wait for that against the Warriors. We're going to crap all over them. It's going to be a great time, even though it's a preseason. But yeah, so that's it.
That's what you got from Glenn. The most exciting part of his weekend is preseason basketball.
Wait. It's just nice that it's starting. That's not the most exciting part. The Yankee game, 100% tonight and tomorrow, is probably the most exciting part. But I'm so hyped for basketball to start soon.
All right. Well, I now have your bet of the week. In case anyone's keeping track, I'm on a streak right now. 2 in a row.
Wow. Look at that.
2 in a row.
You call a streak when it's 2, or do you have to wait for 3 to call a streak?
Nah, Glenn. Anything more than 1 is streaking.
Okay, interesting.
I am streaking.
You're streaking. Streaking through the quad.
So, as you all know, I like my first half spreads. But unfortunately, that's not released yet for this game. So, I am taking Kent State at number 8, Wisconsin. And I'm taking the first quarter spread for Wisconsin at 10.5.
I like that.
I like it.
The Wisconsin quarterback is a Long Island, he's a Long Island dude. Love to see it.
You know what I like even more about it is the line on it is plus 120. And personally, how are they not going to score 2 touchdowns against Kent State when they're at home?
In the first. Yeah, that's true. I mean, their running back is legitimately the top Heisman candidate at this point. So, they definitely should.
It's crazy. So, I'd listen to the podcast now. Get your pick in before my odds go down. And let's make it happen.
Let's get it, baby.
All right.
It's been a fun week.
It has been a great week.
We'll see you again next week.
Probably not, but maybe. There's a chance.
We'll keep the streak alive, hopefully.
We keep the streak alive. Let's keep streaking. Goodbye.
Goodbye.